Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, truck collision in St. Anne, passenger dead. The passenger of a truck has died after the vehicle crashed into the back of another truck that had stopped at the traffic light in Richmond, St. Anne. The man's identity has not yet been released. According to reports, the accident happened sometime after 10 o'clock Thursday morning, less than a mile from where a trailer overturned a week ago and involved 2 delivery trucks. It is reported that an international truck traveling westward towards a runaway bay stopped at the traffic light at the intersection leading to the Richmond housing development. An Isuzu truck traveling in the same direction then crashed into the rear of the other truck. The driver of the Isuzu truck and his passenger, said to be the sideman, were injured and rushed to the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital, where the sideman was pronounced dead. The extent of injuries to the driver is not known. The driver of the international truck was not injured. He later told the reporters that as he waited for the light to change, he saw the Isuzu truck in his rearview mirror coming at a high speed before he felt the impact that pushed his truck several meters forward. The accident caused a traffic pileup. Elderly man dies after being struck by a truck in Westmoreland. Last night, a 78-year-old man lost his life from injuries he sustained after being hit by a truck in Westmoreland. He is Gerald Bembridge of Tankill, Negril, Westmoreland. Bembridge was reportedly walking along the Whitehall Road in Negril when he was hit by a motor truck about 8 p.m. He was taken to the Savannah Lamar Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. The 37-year-old driver of the truck has been warned for prosecution. The Negril Traffic Department is conducting an investigation into the matter. Prisoner who escaped police custody while being treated at hospital recaptured. The prisoner who escaped police custody on Tuesday, April 29, while being treated at a hospital in the corporate area, is now back in custody. The escapee, 29-year-old Garfield Diaz, otherwise called the Camphor Ball, of St. Paul Lane, Kingston 11, was captured by the Kingston Western Police in downtown Kingston. Reports from the St. Andrew South Police are that about 4 a.m. on Tuesday, Diaz fled custody while being treated at a hospital in the corporate area. He is charged with occasioning grievous bodily harm. Man killed in alleged shootout with Old Harbour Police. A man was on Wednesday fatally shot in an alleged confrontation with cops from the Old Harbour Police Station in St. Catherine. He has since been identified as Jordan Kennedy. Reports are that about 9:30 a.m., a police team on patrol along the Boodles main road signaled the driver of a silver Toyota Belter motor car to stop. The driver complied but jumped from the vehicle and fled, leaving Kennedy in the front passenger seat. On the approach of the police, Kennedy reportedly brandished a handgun and opened fire. The fire was returned by the police and he was hit. When the shooting subsided, a Glock 9mm pistol affixed with a magazine containing 3 rounds of 9mm cartridges was retrieved from Kennedy, according to the police. He was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing the incident. Gun seized by police in Cross Keys, Manchester. The police in Manchester on Wednesday seized an illegal gun during a snap raid in Cross Keys. No arrest was made. Reports are that around 12:30 p.m., a police party on an operation on Cocoa Walk Road in the area searched the premises, during which a .38 revolver was discovered. The weapon was seized. The investigation continues. 4 charged after submachine gun found in vehicle. 4 men who were detained after police found a submachine gun in a car they were traveling in on Monday have been charged. They are Mark Wright, 46, a construction worker from Rushworth Avenue, Ramon Prince Fisher, 27, forklift operator from Del Path Crescent, O'Shane Gale, 32, from Comoy Road, and the 25-year-old Giovanni Bonito, from Barbados Road, all in Kingston 11. The four were charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and the possession of unauthorized ammunition by detectives from the St. Andrew South Police Division. Reports are that around 9:30 a.m., the police were conducting an operation in Waterhouse, St. Andrew, when they saw four suspicious-looking men traveling in a motor vehicle. The lawmen signaled the driver to stop at the intersection of Delpath Crescent and Barbados Avenue. The driver complied, and the police searched the car in the men's presence and view. During the search, the police found a black submachine gun with a magazine with 99mm rounds under the driver's seat. The gun was the second high-powered weapon seized in that section of the community in 3 days. On Saturday, April 26, 2025, an AK-47 assault rifle was found under zinc along Delpath Crescent during a police operation. DNA confirms that Maria Deane's blood in cell block and on cellmates' clothing. DNA results from tests conducted and analyzed from blood samples taken from Maria Deane have pointed to Deane as the source of the blood found in a section of the cell block and on clothing belonging to one of the inmates. The disclosure was made by the Crown's 12th witness from the Institution of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine, who continued her testimony Thursday from where she left off on Wednesday. The witness told the Westmoreland Circuit Court that nucleus swabs were taken from Mercia Fraser, the mother of Deane, in March of this year, and an analysis was conducted. The witness explained that the nucleus swabs were analyzed and a comparison was made with a swab from the passageway in front of cell number 4, the shorts from one of the inmates, Adrian Morgan, and the fingernail clippings taken from Deane during a post-mortem. On the day in question, Deane, who was arrested for possession of a ganja spliff, was placed in a cell with Adrian Morgan, Marvin Orr, and Damien Cargill, who were charged in connection with the beaten death of Deane. Morgan and Orr pleaded guilty to manslaughter and were sentenced to time served in custody, while Cargill, who is deaf and mute, was deemed unfit to plead. The source of blood on exhibit is the biological child of Mercia Fraser, and therefore Fraser cannot be excluded as being the mother of the source of the blood found on the swab found in the passageway of cell number 4, the shorts from Adrian Morgan, and the fingernail clippings of Deane, stated the witness. She continued, DNA probability is 99.9%, and therefore the source of the blood cannot be excluded as Maria Deane. During her testimony, she also pointed out that no profile was obtained from a swab taken from a drain pipe outside the cell block. The three accused are Corporal Elaine Stewart and the District Constables Marlon Grant and Juliana Cleavon, all of whom are charged with manslaughter and misconduct in a public office. The allegations in the case are that Deane was placed in custody where he was brutally beaten on August 3, 2014. He sustained severe injuries to his brain, which left him in a coma. He died 3 days later at Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James. It is alleged that the three cops were on duty at the police station when Deane was beaten. It is further alleged that Stewart, who has an additional charge of perverting the course of justice, instructed that the cell in which the attack took place be cleaned before the arrival of investigators from the Independent Commission of Investigations. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.